Goody everyone, this is Dayhawk bringing to you episode 43 of Shaman King 2021. So everybody, this episode has more shockers, more surprises, all thanks to three morons from the X-Laws. Oh my god. And because of those three morons, the entire world is going to target Patch Island. I'll tell you why in a moment. So the episode leaves off where Tamayo is about to go to the car and Marco is gonna stay behind. And but Hao says like you can run, but you can't hide, because he says that you idiots, you morons, made a huge mess. Now the whole world is gonna come to this island because of three morons. And the three morons are the same people who infiltrated Hao's base and they end up getting killed. And apparently I thought that the satellite belonged to the X-Laws. Apparently, it wasn't the case. That satellite was from a country's. It wasn't the X-Laws. It was from some country. We don't know if it belonged to America. We don't know if it belonged to Japan, China. We don't know where that particular satellite belongs to. And because of that blast, governments like America, Japan, France, Russia, China, they're gonna go out there and try to investigate now. And what was going to happen to the Shaman tournament? I think is going to pause because they need to deal with the threat that is the human world, thanks to these three morons. But Hal was like, "Oh, let them come. I'm going to kill them all. There's no need, and the Shaman tournament will continue as planned, and I'll become Shaman King." Yeah, he has it all planned out, guys. He has it all planned out. Meanwhile, the Patch is getting ready to set up the second round. They said that the Shaman fight has always been conducted in the shadows, away from prying eyes, and Silva is successfully reprogrammed. And what we know now that the first round of the tournament is over, and now they're heading towards the second round, and they're gonna have the second round of the tournament to a place that they cannot interfere. And this secret place is under the sea, so I don't know how they're gonna pull it off. They're gonna rise this area from the sea, or they're gonna breathe underwater. I have no idea, but they have to deal with the armies of countries invading Patch Island. So they have enough to, like, the Shaman fight needs to wait. Tamayo decides to fight Hao, but luckily Anna comes in with the golem and decides to fight Hao, while Tamayo takes everybody else to Yoh and have Faust resurrect the people who died. And Hao was impressed on how Anna managed to train Zanki and Goki. But I'm surprised that Hal didn't break the spell at all. But all these attacks, Hal blocks them, and then Hal tries to fight back. Luckily, Anna did the same thing, so they're pretty much in the standstill. And meanwhile, back in Hell, Ren is holding off against demons, and he's not naked. Everybody, he's not naked, because the last episode he was naked. And so Ren is fighting against demons in his whole hell. Horo is lost. He doesn't know what to do. And then poor Lyserg, he's getting his ass whooped by this demon. And Apollo-san is there just not doing anything. And he wonders, how in the hell did Lyserg get here? Was he chosen to be one of the 5 or something? He does not know. But he senses darkness in his heart, and he said that he's gonna have to fend for himself. Like, oh man. Jeez. Alright, fine. If it was 01 Lyserg, then sure. But at least I like 2021 Lyserg. He's tolerable. And Apu-san, just go out there and help him out, for God's sake. Meanwhile, Yoh has defeated his demons, and he asks one of the surviving demons to take him to the boss of hell. And then it leads back into the fight, and Hal suspects something. Hal noticed that Anna is lacking. She's holding back. And he wondered, why didn't you retreat along with your friends? Why are you here with me? And why is it that I cannot read your heart, your mind? Why is that? And it's just, did you pick up something? Like, what's going on? He's surprised too, because he has the ability to read people's minds, but when it comes to Anna, he's like, wait a minute, what's going on? Now you are gonna answer my questions, and you're not leaving until I get the answers that I seek. And we get to see, I like this scene, where Tamio Spears is driving the car. I find it hilarious. But are they really driving the car, or is it the car driving itself all the way to Faust? That I wonder. That's one of my questions. And so Hal tries to do something to Anna, but luckily she uses a curse reversal. So Anna is holding Hal off for now. And then Yoh comes back. He is fully resurrected. And everyone was wondering how exactly he got resurrected, since Sati is dead. We have Faust. Faust resurrected Yoh while Ryu is having, full of rage, and tries to fight one of the followers of Hao. And then Yoh noticed one of the members of the patch just sitting there, just looking, just observing everything. And Yoh calls him out, why is it that you're sitting there? What's going on? Oh, well, I'm I can't interfere, I'm neutral, blah 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 blah. And Yoh was like, I don't believe you, you're all bullshit. You're not neutral at all. You're just in the side of how. And it just calls him out. And apparently it's true. And I wouldn't be surprised. Again, aside from Magna and Chrome, I'm sure there's some people in the patch group do believe in Hao's teachings, his beliefs. And I'm surprised Gova, I'm sure Gova knows, but can he or she do anything? I think Gova's the she. I don't know. It's just with the patch, I'm so pissed off at them because in the old one versions, especially, they don't do anything. Even when the Exiles opened the gate of Babylon, they did not do anything. At least Silva and his friend did try and go investigate the area and try to stop him, but I don't want to go through this rant again. I don't. And so Yoh defeats every member of House followers so quickly. So again, when you die and get resurrected, your Firioku increases tenfold. And especially now, training in hell, I'm sure he is more powerful than he was before he died. And tells that particular patch member, I forgot his name, and tells him, hey, our team is back. We're back in the tournament. I will be king. And adios. Goodbye. And then afterwards, Tamayo arrives with everybody in the car. Everybody from the car. And then Letisto arrives too late and decides to go back. He figured there's no way he will be able to defeat Yoh and the others. There's no way. So he played it smart. He just went. Meanwhile, back at the beach, we get to see an army ship, and I think it's one of the Japanese ships, and they're going to investigate the island, but of course they don't have orders to do it just yet. And guess who is inside the ship? None other than Manta's father, Matsumi. Why is he in this ship in the first place, I wonder? Why? And then we cut into the scene where Team Flower is ordered to dispose of Team Ren's bodies, because obviously there's no way you can resurrect them without a body. So they're gonna go in there and dispose of the bodies. But luckily, they've been resurrected by Team Flower, shocked and awed. Like, how in the hell how in the hell are they resurrected? There's no way Faust can be in two places at once and Shati is dead. And then we discovered that Tao Jun also has the means to resurrect people, thanks to Shati. And Team Flower is like, oh man, this is not what I thought it was gonna be. And luckily, Lego Man comes in and tells Team Flower that you're ordered to go to the West Coast and deal with something. And Rem was like, you're not going anywhere. We're gonna stop you to, whatever it is, we're gonna stop you. But But Tao Jun is like, no, let them go. It's not worth it, at least not yet. So Ren, out of respect for his sisters, like, all right, I'll let you guys go. But, when we next meet, you guys are getting your asses whooped. So Team Flower leaves, and luckily, Faust, all he needs to do is just resurrect Sati, and of course Lyserk and Lady John. I'm not sure about Marco. Either he's unconscious or he's dead. Either way, they're gonna get healed. So Team Ren is resurrected, and poor Lyserk, he's still in hell, and he's been wondering how the hell did he get here. But he discovers that his demon is... I'm going into this fast forward. Let me go back just a little bit. So he's on top of Big Ben and discovers that he's in his personal hell. And apparently off screen, Choco Love met with Lyserk, told him what to do, but it's not working. And then the demon that was beating him up and cutting him up is discovered him and just gets knocked off from the tower. And during the fall, he discovers that the demon is his own hatred incarnate. So he needs to find a way to delete his hatred. So if he can do that, then the demon will be defeated. And so he discovered the secret on what to do. He becomes an angel. And unfortunately, it didn't work. And luckily, Lyserk and Apusan escaped. They had this little moment. And Apusan tells Lyserk that the demon is you. And it's going to be difficult for you to do an exorcism, in a way. It's going to be hard, but he sends help. So he sends his two spirits that he has into Lyserk's personal hell. And the key is to use those two spirits and find a way to combine them to create a new oversoul. I'm sure it's not going to be like his O1 counterpart, because we have not seen any giant forms from O1 transferred to this version. We have not seen that, and I don't think it will happen. So I wonder what will be his new oversoul. Curious. And then this particular scene, the most shocking scene in the whole episode, in my opinion. All the followers of Hao are in the West Coast and discovers the ship. And they were wondering what the hell they're going to do, because they realized that if they destroy that ship, more will be coming, and then they will be targeted, and it's gonna be turn into a big giant ass mess. And as they were just wondering what they're gonna do with this ship, all of them gets betrayed. And guess who backstabs them in the back? None other than Poyote. So Poyote kills every last member that showed up in that coast. And he had help by this guy in black saying, "Well done, Poyote." So Lego Man gets killed. Apparently, Poyote stabs the leader of Team Flower and kills not only himself, but the rest of the members of Team Flower. So everybody that we know from House Team is dead. Everybody is dead. And at the end of this backstabbing, this coup de grace, is the man in black who is on the phone with somebody, saying about, telling them about Hao's abilities, and their ally Poyote has committed suicide, and he's talking to none other than Manta's father. I want to hold on because we're close to ending, and I want to finish it with these questions. So we see Team Flower escaping. So they escape Poyote's final attack. So they're running to find Hao, and they want answers. But little they know is that they're running towards their deaths, because Hao is low on energy, and he's like, oh, here comes Team Flower, so please let me feed on your souls so I can recharge. And then Anna gets the final word, and she didn't slap him this time. She just kicks him and tells him, stop being like a spoiled brat. Stop being like a spoiled brat, and that's the end of the episode. Leave it to Anna to end it in her, have the final say, or let alone the final kick. Now, my questions. What in the hell is Manta's father? What in the hell? Why is he after the Great Spirit? What does he want to do with it? Why exactly? He knows about shamans because he knows about the Asakuras, and he was upset about Manta being around with one of the Asakuras. So he knows, I assume he knows about the shaman world, and he knows about the Great Spirit. My question is, again, why is he after the Great Spirit? And if he gets it, what he's going to do with it, And why did Poyote backstab his fellow followers? And I remember he mentioned that Hao has the special abilities. He could read minds, and he does not care about you guys. You're just pigs to the slaughter, apparently, because Team Flower is going back to Hao, and Hao in the next scene is like, oh, Team Flower is coming back. Please let me feed on your souls. What does that tell you? What does that tell you, guys? So if Team Flower comes back, is Hao going to give them the answers? Apparently Hao is not telling, everything. Has not told anything about, his powers or anything else, I assume. Because why else are they shocked? Now that Hao's team has been slaughtered, it's like if Team Flower, it gets eaten, all that's left is Hao himself and Apacho and Luchisto and the brother. That's all that's left of Hao's main followers. Of course, there's other members as well, but just the main followers, that's all that's left. But he doesn't really need, it's just he needs 3 people in. It's not like he goes in like, hey, I'm representing myself, but the rule states that you need to be in a team of 3. If you don't have that, then you can't participate in it. So he has to follow the rules, even though Hao does all the work. So there's a lot of questions that needs to be answered. Also with Anna, like how can Anna was able to stop, how did she learn how to prevent Hao from reading her mind? And now with the government, now with the world's governments targeting Patch Island, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? So these are pretty frightening, to say the least, because not only you have to deal with Hao, you're gonna deal with, the whole world now, thanks to these 3 morons from the Team X, from the X-Law team that messed everything up. I assumed it was their personal satellite, but it wasn't. And now because they didn't think, and especially they didn't go to Marco and have his consent, everything falls apart now. So I don't know how they're gonna still continue with the tournament when you have armies from Japan, America, China, the main countries, going to Patch Island and to investigate what the hell is, what's going on, So it's pretty scary. And if Hao does slaughter the armies, it's gonna bring even more eyes into the shaman world. But he's like, well, I'll become king and I'll fix everything. So he's not really that worried at all. Yeah, so this episode was shocking, and we need some questions answered. It's a good episode. What do you guys think about the episode? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Tell me all about it. Did I miss anything? Anything at all? Just write in the comments down below. Please subscribe. Give a like if you like it. Give a dislike if you don't. And, yeah, I think that's it. Alright then, guys. I'll see you all on the other side of Oblivion. Johnny!